All right. So what's your name? And you did a very nice presentation yesterday, right?
Thank you.
Yeah.
My name is Bernino,
Yeah.
and I'm a co-founder of the plant that changes color when it grows on top of landmines.
All right. So it's a plant. It changes color on top of only landmines.
Yeah, it changes color on top of explosives.
Explosives.
Yeah.
So it's not just metal. It's something to do with the explosive.
Yeah, explosive is like gasoline, so it's an
Yeah.
unstable compound,
Yeah.
and actually it makes a fume that saturates the soil that
Oh, yeah?
it's surrounded by.
It
And
does
that's
that
what
every time?
interacts, of course, with
Yeah.
the roots.
Is that what it does? All of the landmines do that.
Yeah,
That's like a total secure way of detecting it.
yeah.
It is.
Even with landmines that are very, very waterproof and what have
Yeah.
we not, it always over time will.
Yeah. So it works especially with old landmines, or not especially? Or
No,
is there
no.
something
It's
to do?
what we've seen is a couple of weeks is enough.
Just a landmine that's put a couple of weeks before, and then it's enough. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So how did it come to that you did that? What's your what were you doing?
What I said also in my presentation yesterday, you have to just let go of your fear when you try to innovate something. You have to just catch
Yeah.
the ideas that comes to you without analyzing, without criticizing, without anything. So how did this idea come? I think you cannot. It's not a question you can
Yeah.
answer. It just came.
Just came.
It just came with a
All
group
right.
of friends, me and Carsten, the biologist, and another friend
right.
of ours.
So are you a physicist or biologist or something?
No, I'm a physicist. I never completed my studies.
Oh, yeah?
I like. I can't focus that much on one
Okay.
topic. I want to be.
But you started with that or the
Yeah.
study? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So physics?
Physics.
Yeah.
Physics.
All right. So you have actually some. Can we just see how it looks on the
Yeah,
computer?
Sure.
All right.
I can take it over here. Maybe it looks nicer for you.
Yeah.
So
So this is actually the plant.
this is the plant that you see. This is the
Yeah.
green, and here we have explosive in this part.
Yeah.
So
This is a test you're doing in Denmark. Or?
this is a test we're doing in Denmark. You see here the test site, and this is Major Paul,
Yeah.
friend of mine now, and this is me in the full suit and so on
All right.
to look nice with all the journalists that came when we went public, and the explosives and so on is behind this. This is that we have explosives.
All right. So this is a place where you did the experiment. Like it's a closed space because you use actually genetically modified. So
It's a
you have to
GMO.
be careful with that.
Yeah, here you see it with a little bit of explosives, and green, green, green.
So there's a normal. There's nothing.
There's nothing.
There's explosive under there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Is that the color it does, or you can choose the color? Or?
No, this is the color. This is the color it does. It turns red.
Turns red.
Yeah, that's it. Thing turns red in nature, and that's
Yeah.
what we tried to
Understand why?
but to exploit this fact.
Yeah.
So why does it change? Because it's stressed. When winter comes, for example, it stresses out. Okay. So what genes regulate that's a kind of a stress? Well, let's try to make a little switch, and we can turn that gene on, and that's really what
You could do that.
you can do that.
That sounds very
So,
advanced, no?
Yeah, well, it's the biologist knows how to do it. I don't know anything about this.
Oh, yeah?
I just know that it works.
Yeah.
And so why is it interesting for me to do these kind of projects? Is because I believe that all good ideas have some underlying, shall we say, mechanism. So you have games that produce a lot of adrenaline, which is a narcotic basically.
Yeah.
You have the seven death sins, which is part of a lot of social networking, really vanity, and you have the psychological needs from Maslow, which is to be included in something. For
Maslow,
example,
you were talking about in your presentation.
Yeah.
That's who's that?
He's a psychologist,
Yeah.
and he made this theory of the human needs, from the top needs which is a little part of what we really need, which is intellectual stimulus and so on, and all the way down to the fundamental needs of sex, of food, of clothing. And so you see, if you can integrate all these things with some ties to for example, the biblical sins or to other religious sins, depending on your target group.
Is that's about entrepreneurship?
Yeah,
you're talking about getting good ideas out and making it work and stuff like that.
Exactly.
So, but the landmines is a huge problem, right?
It's a big problem, and it will take thousands of years, I think.
Will it?
To clean up everything with. Now what they do is a knife, essentially. Most of the demining effort. Yeah. Then there's some that does mechanical, some that does other methods, but really it's not deployable very easily.
That's the thousands of years, but you're trying to fix that, right?
Yeah, because what you have, if you do like this, you have an upper limit of people that can stand side by side going like this. With a plant with seeds, you spread it out, so suddenly you become two-dimensional. From having a one-dimensional line, you become two-dimensional. Obviously,
two-dimensional.
Yeah, you have the field. It's a plane.
Yeah.
And you can suddenly deploy the seeds. In both dimensions, length and width. Whereas the normal one is just the width.
All right. So
the length, depending on what you want to formulate.
So actually, the plan is to just from an airplane just throw the seeds out?
No, that's the job of really the UN Mine Action Services, the GICHD, the company Arisa, and I think also there's a partnership with the Danish army that tries to establish what is the best method to do distribute it.
So the Danish army and all these are trying to they're working on this.
They try to help us. So it's very, very, very nice.
So when is it gonna happen?
I don't know. I'm not a part of the operational staff in the company. I'm completely out. I was just one of the co-founders.
All right.
And so the guys working there, what I think is that they will be done next year.
Next year?
Obviously, it's a plant, so it needs sun, it needs water. You don't grow it in the winter, for example. So, so now the spring season will start, and we'll see results over the spring and the summer. I would say.
Do you have an idea which countries might get it?
I think the first one would be the Balkans.
The Balkans?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, because it's close and it's Europe and it's more transparent than, say, Cambodia or something.
But are some people criticizing, questioning the GM thing?
Yeah, of course. And that's also why I like this project, because we take something that is really, really good, saving human lives, essentially, which is also a biblical value, and then something that is at least perceived as something that is really, really bad, which is essentially it ties down to what people would call greed, I think, that you can manipulate a plant that optimizes your earnings. And I like that combination of things, good and bad, sins and non-sins. Because when you do that, you really make people go...
think differently?
Yeah. So I like that a lot. And we've had a lot of critique from Greenpeace, for example.
Greenpeace is critiquing?
Yeah.
How are they doing that? Because of GM?
Because of the GMO. So I find it rather that they're destroying their own trustworthiness, because they are implicitly saying that human lives are less valuable than deploying a product that is perfectly safe.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not just bullshit I'm saying that it's perfectly safe. It's been tested by the Danish authorities that are known to be some of the most strict regimes for the GM.
Because the thing with the plant is that it only works once. It doesn't multiply.
No, it doesn't reproduce.
Is that totally... Greenpeace cannot check that and say, that's fine, we agree?
No, because Greenpeace is 100% against. It's a principle.
Principle, no GM.
So, no GM, period.
All right. Even if it's to save lives.
Yeah.
All right. It's like saying no... what's it called? The cell that Bush says is stem cells. No stem cell research. We don't care about diabetes.
Some would say it might not be the most intelligent way forward, but I don't want to whine about it.
Yeah.
as I say, I like this mesh.
Yeah.
And obviously you can't be friends with everyone.
Oh, yeah.
And that's maybe not so bad.
Right.
Because we get challenged, they get challenged. And in
Yeah.
this way you have a clash of forces, and that tango, that dance, I think is a very healthy process for all minds to be challenged.
All right. Is what's it called? This is disruptive technology in a way, but it's disruptive only against loss of life.
Well,
And
you could formulate it that. I'm very humble to this idea, so thank you very much.
Because there's lots of disruptive technologies in this conference, right? But they're just disruptive against Microsoft and other multinationals.
And is that really so disruptive? I mean, a lot of it is what I call the tribal bandwagon effect. Oh, so these guys over there are against something, so I better be against it because then I'm included in the tribe. So we all go, And I don't see the innovative, really groundbreaking stuff in that kind of whining. I mean,
all right. So okay, I'm looking. I hope it's coming soon. I mean, we're
Me
all
too.
hoping. The whole humanity is hoping that. Okay.
Yeah,
thanks.
me too.
Okay, thanks. No, can you just talk a little bit about how did you meet the Lift? How did they invite you? How did it happen? Because
well,
it was quite controversial. Your show. It was very fine. I mean, very.
Thanks. Yeah. So Laurent, who is one of the organizers, was introduced by me by a common friend.
Oh, yeah.
Who knows that Laurent likes people that maybe have something different to say
Original,
or something. And my friend knows that I'm slightly crazy. So
Is
he
the friend
thought,
is a friend about Reboot or something like that? Is Danish or is not to do with that?
No.
No?
Actually, I don't know the Reboot guys, so no. And so we were introduced, and we liked each other a lot, and he invited me to speak. And I thought actually that this would be a small conference for Swiss-based entrepreneurs, but it turned out to be something quite different.
Yeah.
So,
but people were cheering quite loud at the end. I haven't heard that from other speeches. It was somewhere. But how about Stefan? Was his name Stefan? The organizer. What did he say after the
Laurent?
Laurent.
No, but I think he liked it a lot. But I think what I like to do, this kind of the good and the bad, to make a mesh. What happens is you have one group, one tribe that goes, it's completely crazy, it's bullshit, and one part that goes, wow, this is fantastic.
Oh yeah.
And I think that is much more important than doing something that is conforming. Like I was wearing a uniform. A tribe is a uniform.
Right.
Okay, so it is uniform in two ways, with the clothes and with the haircut and so on, and also with the sayings and you know. And I wanted to break out, and I tried to do that a lot. Break out of your tribe, break out of your uniform.
Did you prepare the presentation just on your way here, or took some time in Denmark?
I prepared
were you in Denmark before?
No, I prepared it a day before.
Yeah.
From accumulating a lot of stimulus.
All right. Did you browse the internet to get some of the pictures, or?
Yeah, I did that, and also a lot of my own pictures that I've taken myself. So.
Is Flickr or no something else?
Google,
just
all
images.
All sorts of where there's no copyright on.
And how about when you went to the other hall just before and you said, "Is this room number 3?" Was that on purpose or?
That was totally on purpose.
That's a good marketing.
This is called guerrilla marketing.
It's very good.
Something that I like a lot. I saw in the room that there were approximately 100 people. I was put into the small room. And there was
the
some
smaller
keynote,
room is still quite big, but it's smaller.
But it's smaller. And there was some keynote guy in the other room.
Yeah.
And I figured, a keynote speaker always get all the attention, so he probably won't mind that I take more attention. So I went in my full suit, the
penguin suit,
penguin suit, which in itself you break out of the tribe.
Yeah.
And then I went to say, "Is this room number 3?"
Yeah.
And nobody dared to say anything because there's fear in people that interact with tribes.
I was thinking that maybe you were just an audience member at that point. I was not sure what was going on.
And so they said, there was a guy going, no. I said, oh, then I must be wrong. I have my speech in room number 3.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And actually a lot of guys came because of that.
You didn't say speech, you say you have to be in room number 3, I think.
Right.
But that's good enough.
Yeah.
And if you didn't do that, I wouldn't have known there was something going on in the other room. So that's a good.
So you came because
I came
of that?
because of that. So it's
Great.
really, yeah.
So it worked.
It worked. All right. Okay, but thanks for the presentation. And
thank you for your questions.
And I'll put the link from this blog entry. I'll put the link to the whole presentation that's on the Google video, I think.
Cool.
Because they filmed everything, so people can watch that also. All right, thanks.
Which one's Bernino?
So, welcome to my talk today. I am what they call a serial entrepreneur, but really it's just hard work that I do. I co-founded the landmine plant, which you might have heard of. It changes color when it grows on top of mines, explosives. So, it's a GMO, it's IPO on the Danish Stock Exchange, and it's a capitalist project. It potentially saves a lot of human lives, and it was meant to be given away to create PR for other commercial activities in the company. I like to do things that are sort of in conflict with each other. I'll get back to that a little bit later about the tools that I use. What I like to do is all sorts of things. I like good food, I like sex, I like disruptive technology, I like growing the land with a plow and mining for minerals and doing quantum analysis and trading financial instruments. I have a great companion, Laura, who I picked up in a bar with the line, "Have you ever been arrested?" which is the case for me. I have a half physics exam and a master diploma in finance. And I'm doing a CFA because I like math, though I'm not really that good at it. You can say it's kind of self-mutilation. You might wonder why I'm wearing a uniform today. A uniform is just conforming to a certain tribe. And right now, I'm the only one who is a member of this tribe, which is making me incredibly nervous, as you might could imagine. So, VCs wear suits with nice ties, entrepreneurs wear jeans with a nice shirt and a pretty okay jacket, and I have my uniform, as you can see. Normally you only have 3 messages available when you want to do a presentation like mine. I've seen it before today. This is the focus. Normally I would do that, but today I won't. Because I want to open up my mind and I want to impress everyone about their great idea. You are my wingman?
You have 20 seconds for that.
You are my wingman?
It's really very, very impressive. I am his wingman, so give us the money.
You are going this way. I am standing here, and when he passes by,
I steal his wallet.
you have to not interrupt me. I know you have a big ego, also me, as you enter the fight. Your job is to walk this way. You are walking past this entrepreneur, past me, and this is my wingman.
It's gonna be very good at me. Okay.
Okay.
This is gonna take 10 seconds. You go here. Oh, you know
I stand over here.
Okay. You know what? I saw your price.
So, you know what? I have a real great idea. I'm thinking about doing this marketplace.